Addiction is an illness where a person doesn't have control over what they are taking, using, or doing, to the point where it could be harmful to them.
Addiction comes in many forms and can affect anyone at any age from any background. Each person has their own story for how they got caught up in addiction, also known as dependency. It's only by understanding the many reasons why addiction happens that we can help ourselves and others. Some people self-identify as addicts, but the preferred term is somebody with dependency issues. Labelling someone an addict can lead to negative stereotyping.
Dependency issues can have a devastating effect on your body, mental health, relationships, and ultimately your life.
I had been for a run in the morning and smoked a joint straight after. And I was on my way to school, and it felt as if my brain was just falling out of my head. And I started to develop panic attacks and anxiety, which got progressively worse and worse.
The worst part of it was I lost a couple of friendships. I've lost a relationship from it. I started snapping at my grandma. Then it's a real turning point. This isn't me, it's changing me into something that I don't want to be.
That affected me physically. I just couldn't think. Aches, pains, the shivers, the cramps, the diarrhea, the sickness, the sweats, all that stuff. It's really uncomfortable.
So when I used to have gambled away all of my own money, I used to have to take out loans, which would then charge me more money to borrow money from them, just to try and get out of the mess that gambling had left me in. I would then be owing out more money than I ever even had in the first place.
Drugs and alcohol are substances, and along with gambling and other activities, they can make us feel happy by releasing certain chemicals in the brain. These chemicals can reduce negative feelings or can lead to a feeling of pleasure, and it's these feelings that can create a dependency. If you keep trying to trigger these chemicals too often, the brain struggles to keep making them, and this can lead to severe depression. When those chemicals are released, the feeling is described as being intoxicated. But while many of us are able to control the desire to do it again, some of us need to do it again and again, whether that's take a drug, having an alcoholic drink, or betting on the result of a game. They get trapped in a cycle. Their life revolves around the excitement they feel before taking a substance or gambling. This is called anticipation. Then taking a substance and the intoxication. Then there's the physically and mentally difficult experience as the chemicals start to reduce. This is known as withdrawal. A person with dependency issues feels worse and worse every time they enter this stage. So the anticipation stage happens sooner and sooner, but the intoxication stage doesn't last as long. This can increase the risk of medical, emotional, and behavioural problems, not just for the person with dependency, but also the people they care about.
When I first took heroin, it made me feel good, but very, very, very soon I became dependent. The more I took heroin, the more consequences of my using. It was affecting other people. I stole from my family, I stole from my friends. And I could see what I was doing. I could see what it was doing to the family. I just ran from everything. All my responsibilities as a dad, a partner, I ran off.
My mum knew a lot more than my dad about how much I was doing. Well, she didn't know to the extent what I was doing until I really told her. And it's only when she started seeing the really negative effect it was having on me, she started worrying, saying to me like, she's scared she's going to come back and find a corpse, she don't want to see me dead. And to hear that from your mum, it's not nice. But this just shows how powerful like addiction actually is. Like hearing your mum and your friends say that if you don't stop, you're going to die. And I don't want to come back to a corpse. I feel like I'm going to come back and see my son dead on the floor. And it doesn't stop you. You just think, oh, what do they know? It changes your morals.
Life felt like we were walking on eggshells all the time. We never knew how he was going to react. You know, we never knew what mood he was going to be in. And as a child, that makes you feel on edge all the time. And you feel it in your body. You feel, you know, this tightness in your chest. You feel pounding and you feel sick to your stomach. And you don't know what to do.
It's never too late to avoid or recover from dependency and the risks related to it. And your brain can start producing the right levels of chemicals again to help you feel good. But to stop addiction, we have to start talking.
Going to counselling was probably the best decision I ever made. I learnt in counselling to rationalise and normalise the things that were happening in my brain and to be able to deal with them and manage them.
The first couple of sessions counselling, I didn't want to be there. I thought it was a waste of my time, waste of their time. And then after like the second, maybe third session in, I thought, this is amazing. And my only regret was not doing it sooner.
So now that I've stopped gambling and I won't gamble again, I've paid all of my debts off in 2019. I don't owe people money. My money is now the money in my bank and I can do what I want with it. I'm not being held back by being hooked on placing bets every month or interest on loans. It's now my own win.
I got referred to We Are With You. That's when I started talking to Joe, the person I talked on the phone. And ever since then, just keep me in, like, she saved my life, put it that way, yeah.
I am in the best place that I have ever been in, and I have been able to overcome some of the most difficult things that I've ever faced in my life through talking. That's what has helped me.
I used to actually dream of it. I used to dream of thinking, why can't I just be like them out there, the normal people? Why can't I just have good relationships with people? You know what I mean? Why can't I just have a job and keep it and this and that? Well, I've got that now, and it feels amazing.
Addiction is a complex illness of the brain and body. Addiction ruins lives, but people who are addicted are not bad people. Anyone can become addicted. There are many services available to help with recovery. Talking and sharing feelings can help.